Look at the sky. It does not speak, yet it holds the sun, the stars, and the moon. Have you noticed? The most powerful forces in existence make no noise. Your mind, it chatters, it screams, it drags you here and there. But tell me, is it really you, or have you become a passenger in your own body, driven by the noise within? The mind is a tool, it is your servant, but if you do not know how to hold it, it becomes your master. And when the servant becomes the master, chaos is the only result. To silence your mind is not to kill thought, it is to become free from its compulsive pull. When thoughts arise, you are aware, but you are not caught. You are not carried away, that is silence. In silence you see clearly. In silence you know what to do and what not to do. Because strength does not mean shouting louder, it means standing still when the world pulls you. A strong mindset is not about force. It is about response, not reaction. When you no longer react to everything, when you are no longer enslaved by what someone said or did, then your mind has become strong. Then you have become free. Inner stillness is the gateway to real power. Before a tiger leaps, it is still. Before a tree rises, its roots go deep. If you want to rise in this world, first learn to sit still within yourself. Your attention is your energy. If you give it away to every distraction, every little irritation, your energy is scattered. Bring it back. Sit with yourself. Watch your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Let the mind babble. You don't have to join the conversation. And finally, understand this. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is the alignment of your life with your highest possibility. A strong mind is not one that obeys external noise. It is one that listens deeply to the inner truth and moves unwaveringly toward it. So, silence your mind, not by force but by awareness. Then see how sharp, how focused, how unshakable you become. The mind is not you, it is your servant, not your master. But most people live as though the opposite were true. They are driven by every thought that arises, every emotion that flickers, as if they have no say in the matter. A thought of fear comes, they tremble. A thought of anger comes, they explode. But these are just ripples on the surface of the lake. You are not the ripple, you are the lake. If you can simply sit and observe your mind without getting involved, you will begin to see the mind is just a collection of impressions, memories, and ideas picked up from outside. It is not original, it is not you. It is just a storehouse of the past, replaying like a loop. If you let it lead your life, your future becomes nothing more than a repetition of yesterday. But the beauty is this: you can step back. You can be aware that you have a mind, just as you are aware you have hands. Your hands don't move unless you move them. Your mind should be the same. It should speak only when you choose to speak through it. When the mind becomes your servant, life becomes simple. You use it when needed, and you put it down when it is not. Like a sharp sword, you keep it polished, but you do not wave it around wildly. Most people are wounded, not by others, but by their own untamed minds. To reclaim this mastery is not about suppression. It is about awareness. It is about seeing the mind for what it is: a powerful tool, yes, but only when it is in your hands, not when you are in its grip. Silence is not the absence of thoughts, but freedom from their compulsive pull. People often misunderstand silence. They think it means a blank mind, an empty head, as if there should be no thoughts at all. But that kind of silence is not only unnatural, it is unnecessary. The true silence is not the elimination of thought, but the transcendence of it. It is the space where thoughts can come and go, but you are not dragged by them. They are like birds flying across the sky. They appear, they pass, but the sky remains untouched. This is real freedom, when you can watch your thoughts without being pulled in every direction by them. Most minds are like leaves in the wind, tossed by every passing idea. One moment happy, the next miserable, the next anxious, all because of a few words or memories floating through their head. This is not freedom, this is slavery to noise. But when you are rooted in awareness, thoughts become like background music. You hear them, but they don't control you. You are no longer reacting to every internal movement. There is a space between you and your mind. That space is silence. This silence is powerful. In that silence, you begin to see clearly, decisions become sharper, emotions settle, your energy becomes focused rather than scattered, And most importantly, you discover that peace was never about controlling the mind, it was about no longer being controlled by it. So don't try to kill thought, don't fight the mind, just sit and watch, let it dance, let it speak, but you remain still like a mountain watching the clouds drift by. This is the silence that brings strength. This is the silence that liberates. A strong mindset does not mean control. It means conscious response instead of unconscious reaction. Control implies tension. It implies suppression. Most people think strength means gritting your teeth, forcing yourself to act a certain way, pushing emotions down and pretending to be calm. But this is not strength, this is strain, and strain always breaks. Real strength is not rigid, it is fluid, alert, and deeply aware. A strong mind does not react out of habit. It does not explode in anger just because someone said something unpleasant. It does not fall into fear just because uncertainty arises. Instead, it pauses. It sees what is happening, both outside and inside, and it chooses its response. This ability to choose not be driven is the true power of a strong mind. Reaction is automatic. Someone says a word and like pressing a button, you react. That's not strength, that's programming. But when you become conscious, you see the button and you choose not to press it. You see the emotion rise, and instead of becoming it, you watch it. This moment of awareness creates space, and in that space, freedom is born. Strength of mind is measured not by how loud you are, not by how dominant you appear, but by how still you can remain in chaos, how balanced you are when things don't go your way. A weak mind needs the world to be a certain way to feel okay. A strong mind is okay, no matter how the world is. So don't aim to control everything. Aim to become aware of everything. The more aware you are, the less reactive you become, and in that stillness, in that pause, your real power is revealed. Inner stillness is the gateway to power. In the world, power is often mistaken for loudness, for action, for dominance. But the most potent force is silent, steady, unmoving at its core. Like the still center of a storm, true power lies not in chaos, but in calm. It is not the noise that creates transformation, it is the depth behind the noise. And that depth is born only in stillness. Stillness does not mean inactivity. It means an undisturbed presence within you. It means that no matter what is happening around you, there is a place inside that remains untouched, calm, watchful, steady. When your actions arise from this space, they carry an impact far beyond what mere effort can achieve. Look at nature. A tree grows strongest where its roots are still. The ocean may rage on the surface, but in its depths there is silence. Great beings throughout time have not become powerful through chaos, but through deep stillness. They moved the world not because they were frantic, but because they were anchored. When you are still inside, you see with clarity. You speak with precision. You act with intent, not compulsion. Decisions are no longer reactions to fear or desire, but conscious movements rooted in wisdom. This is power, not the power to dominate others, but the power to remain unmoved in the face of life's storms, and from that stillness act with unshakable resolve. So seek not noise, seek not frenzy. Seek that quiet within yourself, nurture it, sit with it, let it grow, because once inner stillness becomes your foundation, nothing outside can shake you, and that is when you truly become powerful. Your attention is your energy. Where it goes, your life flows. Most people do not realize this, but your attention is the most valuable thing you possess. Whatever you give your attention to, you give your life to. If your attention is scattered, pulled by distractions, complaints, and petty concerns, your energy is drained, and your life becomes fragmented. But if your attention is focused, steady like a beam of light, your energy becomes powerful, and your life begins to move with purpose. Look at where your attention goes all day. Is it on what matters, or is it constantly reacting to a notification, a worry, someone's opinion, or a fleeting emotion? Each time you let your attention be hijacked, you are handing over your energy. And when your energy is no longer yours, you lose the ability to shape your life consciously. This is why presence is power. When your attention is rooted in the present moment, not in the past, not in imagined futures, but right here it gathers strength. That energy begins to build like a fire. In that state, anything you do fully. Whether you speak, work, rest, or simply breathe, it becomes complete, because all of you is in it. Attention is not just focus, it is the doorway to awareness. When you learn to guide your attention, you are no longer pushed around by life. You begin to create your experience. You begin to respond instead of react. You begin to choose where your life flows, rather than being carried like a leaf in the wind. So, guard your attention as you would your most precious possession. Choose consciously where you place it. Give it only to what truly matters, to growth, to clarity, to truth. Because where your attention goes, your life does not just follow, it becomes that. Discipline is not a restriction, it is alignment with your highest possibilities. Many people think of discipline as a burden, a set of rules that limit their freedom. They see it as something that stifles creativity, joy, and spontaneity. But the truth is, discipline is not about limiting your life, it is about creating the conditions in which your highest potential can manifest. It is not about saying no to life, it is about saying yes to what truly matters. When you are disciplined, you are not enslaved by whims or momentary desires. Instead, you are aligned with something greater. You are tuning yourself to the rhythm of your deepest aspirations. Discipline is the art of saying yes to your highest possibilities, even when the temptation to take shortcuts or fall into comfort arises. It is the choice to honor your long-term vision rather than succumb to the fleeting distractions of the present. Think about the great achievements in history. Were they the result of random bursts of inspiration or of consistent, disciplined effort? The most extraordinary feats were not accomplished in moments of indulgence, but in those quiet, committed hours of focused action. Discipline is the structure that supports greatness. Without it, potential remains dormant, like a seed never planted in fertile soil. But discipline does not mean rigidity. It does not mean denying yourself the joys of life. It means that you have enough awareness to prioritize what is truly important, what serves your growth, your purpose, your well-being. When your actions are aligned with your highest possibilities, there is no struggle. You are not forcing yourself to do something, you are simply choosing what will lead you toward becoming the best version of yourself. The real beauty of discipline is that it creates freedom. It frees you from the tyranny of random impulses, distractions, and unhealthy patterns. It gives you the space to act with intention, to move toward what is truly meaningful, and to experience the joy that comes from knowing you are living in alignment with your highest potential. So, don't see discipline as a chain that holds you back. See it as the key that unlocks the door to your greatest life. In conclusion, remember this: the mind is your servant, not your master. True strength arises not from force, but from the stillness within. Silence is not the absence of thought, but the freedom to observe and choose. A strong mindset is not about controlling every thought, but responding consciously to life's challenges. When you are rooted in inner stillness, you find your power. And when your attention is focused and deliberate, your life flows with purpose. Discipline is not a restriction, it is the pathway to your highest potential. It is not about denying yourself, but about aligning with what truly matters. And as you walk this path of awareness, stillness, and discipline, you will discover something profound: that true freedom and power do not come from external forces, but from the mastery of your own mind. So, silence your mind, focus your attention, and align your actions with your highest possibilities. This is the journey to a strong, peaceful, and purposeful life. The strength you seek is already within you, waiting for you to awaken it.